It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And all eyes are on the dual threat Lamar Jackson. He comes in fourth in the league in passing this year. It's the Ravens and the Bengals, and it's coming up next.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paycor Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gunn. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, it's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, a former Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year from the University of Washington. It's Jake Browning.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Here's the first carry of the game for Zach Moss. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. They'll go again here with Moss. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
You can bet they're not going to go away from the running game anytime soon, but this is obviously not a good start. 2 carries, 2 runs, both stopped for a loss.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. That is the big fella, Nnamdi Madubuike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Deontay Hardy deep for Baltimore. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So here's the first drive for the Ravens, and at the helm is the 2023 NFL Most Valuable Player. Second such time he's won the award, Lamar Jackson.
And normally in this spot we talk about passing numbers from last week, but this time it's all about the rushing. 3 times he found the end zone in his last ball game. He is a do-everything quarterback, and you have to expect we'll see him call his own number here as well.
Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
And defensively here, it's hard to overlook the fact that this is an offense that's dead last in the NFL in rushing. So this back 7's going to be tested. Heck, might be more of a back 8. No doubt about that. And they surrender the catch here and the first down.
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 11 carries, 68 yards.
Oh, it's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established, and it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him. Other times, he plays a complementary role to someone else. But however it's getting done, they're winning week after week.
He's going to be stopped well behind the line of scrimmage, and that's pretty much going to wipe out their gain from first down. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Here's 2nd and 10. They go play action with Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs. Able to improvise and get the first.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw. And in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Henry, touchdown, Baltimore. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here. Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Here's a give to Moss out of the shotgun. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now Browning. And he he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Riley Dixon now to punt it away. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game.
They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
They'll roll him out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Miles Murphy
in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
We've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
Here's Browning.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Check. No.
On the counter, this is Moss.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
To throw, Browning.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Kyle Van Noy able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And he will pick up the 1st down as he is out of bounds. And on that, we will reach the 2-minute warning.
Throwing is Jackson.
And he'll get this underneath to Henry.
Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40.
Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Play action. Now Jackson steps away. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson rolling to his right.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another 1st down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. No, they won't. Here comes the flag.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
They'll fire this deep for Hardy.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
4th down, here's Jackson. This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Deontay Hardy,
his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Browning, and an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. From the gun on 3rd down. Browning. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
And this complete to Henry over the middle. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Jackson now.
They'll fire this deep for Hardy.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Now Jackson.
They'll fire this deep for Hardy.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down.
They'll fire this deep for Hardy.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we have come to halftime in what's already a two-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the home side who have the lead as they play the second quarter. The rookie Jaden Daniels taking number 2 overall with 2 touchdown passes. From there, we head over to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they trail in their ball game at halftime to the visiting Carolina Panthers. Jonathan Mingo with a touchdown catch from Bryce Young. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. The Dolphins seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. It was Derrick Henry, as he normally does, making his impact felt in that first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a 1st down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
16 yards on that one and a Raven first. Jackson now off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Jackson will keep it, and he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
I think in this situation, all you want to do is make sure your guys are set up front. No one jumps, no penalties. Sometimes you don't even call cadence, just go and pick it up.
Yeah, because it's on them. I mean, the quarterback's job's pretty easy there.
It really is. You talk about inches, just go get it.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Jackson on the move to his left.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the fourth down.
And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. Here's Jackson to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big play that time on the catch and run. 31 yards. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Tucker now to add the point after. And it is now 21-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Bengals drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So 2nd and 10, third quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. They'll go up the middle here with Moss. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Browning. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 43. A nice pickup of 17 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Browning. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Browning. Looking deep here for Chase. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and they're going to face a third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To throw is Jackson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Logan Wilson coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Oh, it's a wobbler here. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Browning. Incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 42 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. 2nd half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Jackson. They'll roll him out right. Going to throw deep for the end zone. His throw incomplete.
Oh, he's been fun to watch in this one. He's made the correct reads all game long and helped stake his team a huge lead. Running, passing, he's made all the right decisions. But that wasn't the right read on that one. It falls incomplete.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up fourth.
A 42-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. They'll look to Gesicki on the out route. Ball is caught. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Operating from the gun. Browning. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Brings up second and a yard.
In motion, the tight end. Now Browning. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Adafe Owe in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
They'll fire this deep for Hardy. And he's got it inside the 10. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 43 yards.
Even with the big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Henry up the middle. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. They'll give Henry another shot. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Tucker with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
Let's go. Go.
Here's Browning. Now a short one to Gesicki. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good for the Cincinnati Bengals.
To throw, Browning.
In trouble, and he's taken down.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Throwing on second and long. Browning. You know, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Oh, twisting away. 43 yards on the punt. Return of 4. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
The Ravens offense and Derrick Henry set to take over once more. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. Daxton Hill there to make the stop on defense.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Baltimore, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile,